two dogs, nearly identical looks, and a debate that's been dividing dog lovers for decades. Most people use Pitbull and American Staffordshire Terrier like they mean the same thing, but do they? The truth is more complicated and more interesting than you might expect. From their origins to their temperament, there are real differences hiding beneath those muscular frames and blocky heads. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never confuse these two breeds again. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The name problem. Let's start with the most confusing part: the names themselves. Pitbull isn't actually a recognized breed. It's an umbrella term used loosely to describe several similar-looking dogs, including the American Pitbull Terrier, the American Staffordshire Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and sometimes even mixed breeds that share similar physical traits. The American Staffordshire Terrier, on the other hand, is a fully recognized breed by the American Kennel Club. So when someone says Pitbull, they could mean almost anything. And when someone says AmStaff, they're referring to something very specific. That distinction matters more than most people realize. And it shapes everything else on this list. Keep watching. Number 9. Origins and history. Both breeds share a common ancestor: the now extinct Old English Bulldog crossed with various terriers in 19th century England. These dogs were originally bred for bull baiting and later for dogfighting. When they arrived in America, breeding paths diverged. The American Pit Bull Terrier was developed by the United Kennel Club, leaning into its working and fighting heritage. The American Staffordshire Terrier was shaped by breeders who wanted to move away from that history, focusing instead on a more refined, family-oriented companion. Same roots, very different directions. One bred for the ring, one bred for the home. That difference in intent still echoes through both breeds today, and it shows up in some surprising ways. Number 8. Recognition and registration. Here's where things get officially complicated. The American Staffordshire Terrier is recognized by the American Kennel Club, which means it has a defined breed standard, documented lineage, and formal show eligibility. The American Pit Bull Terrier is recognized by the United Kennel Club and the American Dog Breeders Association, but not the AKC. What makes this even more interesting is that the same dog can be dual registered as both an AmStaff and an American Pit Bull Terrier, depending on the organization. That overlap has caused enormous confusion in shelters, legislation, and public perception alike. Official recognition isn't just a bureaucratic detail. It directly impacts how these dogs are treated under the law. Number 7. Physical differences. At first glance, these dogs look almost identical. Both are muscular, medium-sized, with a broad head and a short coat. But look closer. The American Staffordshire Terrier tends to be stockier and heavier, typically weighing between 40 and 70 pounds with a broader, more defined chest. The American Pit Bull Terrier is generally leaner and more athletic, built for speed and agility rather than sheer bulk. Their head shape can also differ. AmStaffs often have a wider skull and a shorter muzzle. These are subtle differences, and without knowing the dog's background, even experienced owners can misidentify them. Which brings us to one of the most important points still ahead on this list. Number 6. Temperament traits. Both breeds are known for being loyal, energetic, and affectionate with their families. But there are nuanced temperament differences worth understanding. The American Staffordshire Terrier has been selectively bred for generations to emphasize stability, confidence, and a calmer demeanor, traits that make it well suited for family life. The American Pit Bull Terrier tends to be higher energy, more driven, and sometimes more reactive, though this varies enormously by individual dog and upbringing. Neither breed is inherently aggressive toward humans. In fact, both historically scored above average on temperament tests. The real factors that shape behavior are socialization, training, and the environment they're raised in, not the label on the kennel door. Number 5. The aggression myth. This is the point that matters most. Both breeds carry an unfair and largely inaccurate reputation for human aggression. Historically, dogs used for fighting were culled if they showed aggression toward humans. Handlers needed to be able to intervene safely. This means generations of selective breeding actually worked against human-directed aggression. The American Temperament Test Society has consistently found that both the AmStaff and the American Pitbull Terrier pass temperament tests at rates equal to or higher than the general dog population. Golden Retrievers, often cited as the gold standard of friendly dogs, score only marginally higher. The myth persists not because of data, but because of media coverage and misidentification. Number 4. Breed-specific laws. Here's where the confusion between these two breeds has real, life-altering consequences. Breed-specific legislation, or BSL, targets dogs based on appearance rather than behavior. In many cities and countries, pit bull-type dogs face restrictions, including bans, mandatory muzzling, and even euthanasia. Because the American Staffordshire Terrier looks so similar to dogs targeted by these laws, AmStaffs are frequently caught in the crossfire. A dog can be legally confiscated and destroyed simply because an official decides it looks like a pit bull, regardless of its actual breed or behavior history. Experts and animal welfare organizations widely oppose BSL as ineffective and unjust. But until legislation changes, this confusion has real stakes for real dogs. Number 3. Training needs. Both breeds are intelligent, eager to please, and highly trainable. But they do require consistent, experienced handling. Neither is a good fit for a passive or first-time owner who isn't prepared to invest time in training. The American Staffordshire Terrier's calmer temperament can make it slightly more forgiving of inconsistency, while the American Pit Bull Terrier's drive and intensity demand a more structured approach. Positive reinforcement works exceptionally well for both breeds. Punishment-based training tends to backfire, creating anxiety and unpredictability. Early socialization is non-negotiable. A well-trained AmStaff or Pit Bull is a confident, stable, genuinely pleasant companion. The problems people associate with these dogs almost always trace back to human failure, not breed failure. Number 2. As family dogs. Despite the controversy, both the American Staffordshire Terrier and the American Pit Bull Terrier are deeply people-oriented dogs. The AmStaff in particular has a long history as a beloved family companion, gentle, playful, and remarkably patient with children. They've been called nanny dogs, though that title should never replace active adult supervision. The American Pit Bull Terrier shares these qualities but tends to need more mental and physical stimulation to stay balanced. Both breeds can coexist with other animals when properly socialized from a young age, though some individuals display dog-selective behavior. The bottom line? In the right home, with the right owner, these are some of the most devoted, loving dogs you'll ever meet. Number 1. Are they the same? So, are the American Staffordshire Terrier and the Pit Bull the same dog? The honest answer, partly. They share history, genetics, and physical traits. Some individual dogs are literally registered as both. But the American Staffordshire Terrier is a distinct, officially recognized breed with a defined standard and a well-documented move away from the working dog past. Pit Bull remains a contested, loosely applied label. Treating them as identical ignores decades of intentional breeding differences and contributes to the legislation and stigma that puts these dogs at risk. Understanding the distinction isn't just interesting, it's important. For shelters, for lawmakers, and for every dog who ends up in a kennel waiting on a decision. So guys, here's what it comes down to. 2 dogs, 1 shared origin, and a world that still hasn't made up its mind about either of them. The more you know, the more you realize how much these breeds deserve a fair, informed conversation, not headlines and assumptions. So tell me, do you think they're the same breed or different? Drop your take in the comments below. And if this changed how you see these dogs, subscribe. More videos like this are coming.